So there's a few choices that you can choose from in color variation. I really want you to decide whatever you want to do. So we have a brown or a tanny pot, a grey pot, and a cream pot to choose from. Today I will be selecting this beigey cream color in the 85% acrylic, 15% polyester yarn. So we're going to start off our pot with a magic ring. So place your thread, your yarn, in the middle of your index finger. Bring it all the way across to the tip of your nail in your middle finger, down to the nail of your index finger, and over across to the middle of your middle finger. Now we have this X shape. So keep that secure. Take your hook, go underneath the first yarn, go over the second thread, and pull it through. Then we're going to make a loop. So we're just twisting our hook. Then we're going to go get that last piece of thread at the back and pull it all the way through the loop. And we've essentially just made one little chain in our magic ring. Now we need to actually do this chain plus 13.5 double crochets into our first round. So first we just need to add one more chain because we need the height of chain 2. So now we have 2 chains, essentially 1, 2. Now we're going to do 13.5 double crochets into this magic ring. So how to do a half double crochet? You're going to yarn over, go into the magic ring, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now you have 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and that is a half double crochet. So again, we need 13.5 double crochets plus our chain, and this is a total of 14 stitches in round 1. What I suggest here is just tightening that magic ring as you work. And now you're going to continue to do 12 more half double crochets into the magic ring. So again, we want a total of 13.5 double crochets plus that initial chain 2 for a total of 14 stitches in round 1. So what you need to do is just pause the video, do your total of 14 stitches for round 1, and then restart the video when you are ready to slip stitch everything closed. So to connect our round, we're just going to do a slip stitch in the top of the chain 2 that we made. So go into that top loop and do a little slip stitch to close off round 1. Now for round 2, we're going to be increasing from 14 stitches to a total of 28 stitches. So this is 2 single crochets into every single stitch. So initially we're just going to chain 1. This is going to count as 1 single crochet for us. We're going to go into the exact same stitch and we're going to do 1 more single crochet because we need 2 single crochets in every single stitch. And that is how we're going to complete this round. Okay, so 2 single crochets into every single stitch. So when you are ready to end off your round, we're going to do a slip stitch into the initial chain that we made. So you're just going to slip stitch right into that top loop there of that chain. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is our round of double crochets that go into the back loop only. Typically when we start off a round of double crochets, we would chain 3. However, I'm going to show you an alternative to chain 3. If you don't like it, you can chain 3, but this is my fake double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, pull into the loop. Now we have 1 loop on our hook. We're going to go back into that chain we just made. Okay, we're going to yarn over and pull through. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. That second one can be a bit tight, so I like to hold him while I pull through the yarn. And there you have it, a fake double crochet. So now we need to do 1 double crochet into the back loop only for every single stitch, giving us a total of 28. So there's the back loop only. Okay, and then we do double crochets into the round. So again, if you get confused about the back loop, it is the furthest back one in comparison to the lower loop. It is the highest one. Now we're going to connect this round of double crochets, but we're not going to go into the top of the fake double crochet or the chain 3. No, we are going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. This just ensures a very tight finish, which is what we want. So the top stitch of that first double crochet, that's where we're going into. And we're just going to yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop, which is a slip stitch. So this just makes a very tight fit, which is what we want. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next round where we do another round of double crochets. And I'm starting off again with a fake double crochet. If you're not comfortable with the fake double crochet, please start with a chain 3. Now the only difference with this round and the next round as well is that we are just going right into the base of the stitch. So we're not doing front loop or back loop or anything like that, just a normal ordinary double crochet into a stitch. So we're going to do one double crochet into every single stitch, and we are doing 2 rounds of these double crochets just like this. And remember, when you end off the round, please slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. We're going to again slip stitch into the first double crochet that we've done. So now we have our base and we have the sides, 1, 2, 3 rows of double crochets. Okay, so now again we just need to slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet, and this ends everything off with a very tight finish. Okay, next we're moving on to 2 rounds of single crochets. And this makes kind of like the rim of the pot. So we're doing 1 single crochet into every single stitch for a total of 28 stitches. So the first thing we do is chain 1, and then we're just going to keep single crocheting. You can see it's quite tight in the beginning there, so just make sure you go into the right stitch. So we're doing 2 of these rounds, and you can meet me back once you finish both rounds of the single crochets. Okay, so now I've done 2 rounds of single crochets, and to end it off, we're just going to slip stitch into that initial chain that we've done. And now we are finished with our pot. So I'm going to chain 1 just to secure everything. Then I am going to cut the end, pull it tight, and then weave it in. Now typically the bottom thread I don't weave in, I just kind of tuck him into the pot, but this top thread here, I just kind of go back and forth until he is finished off in the pot, and then I just tuck him into the pot, and there it is. We are done with our little pot.